Good YouTube and everybody, thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. And as always, we'd like to thank our viewers and our subscribers, plus our members. Guys, let me know something in the comments. Are you going to be purchasing this figure or not for $29.99 plus shipping? Let us know. But right now, let's roll them off the stand and let's get started. For the packaging, it's nothing new to us. It's the same box packaging that they use for all the characters. They just throw a different face on it. Whatever character it is, they just put a different face on the bottom left corner there. But if you're taking a look, you do see the action figure and all the accessories inside the bubble, and behind it, of course, you have that mini diorama that it's known for. But taking a look at the packaging itself, this does have the arcade look into it. You do have the buttons on there and whatnot, the health on top. Pretty cool. VEGA right there at the bottom, and it says VEGA, right? Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. Looking on the side panel, there you get artwork of VEGA, Ultra Street Fighter 2, and some sayings down there, right there, okay? And then you have Cammy, it looks like Feelong, and Ryu down there, and Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers right there as well. You flip it over to the backside, there goes your Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, VEGA in a stance there. Pretty nice, and you do have that arcade look of selecting your characters, right? So pretty basic on the box, nothing really fancy, but you can open this up very neatly and put it back neatly, and it can still hang up. That's a good thing about this kind of packaging. So that'll do it. Okay. Of course, your mini diorama, there it is. It's quite small, so trying to make him climb the fence or whatnot, using the stand to make it look like he's climbing the fence, it wouldn't look too good because it's the way the size is, but it's enough to take a photo of him sitting in the center. That's cool, but other than that, it's not that great. The pixelated version looks pretty cool itself, but as it is for the figure being used for a diorama, it's all right. But if you want to use it, you can. Okay, so let's scale them up. We'll just do the inches here. I always do it flat. You already know I scale my figures when they're standing up flat. I don't just do from top to bottom in hand. From what we're seeing here, what does it look like to you? 6.5? That's what I'm seeing. That swoosh on the hair might make it a little bit above, but what I'm seeing is 6.5. Right? Okay, that's where he's at. That's where he's standing, and that's what we're working with today. Okay, so let's scale them up. We'll put Storm Collectibles in there because they're different, a little bit larger. The original line, and here's Blanca on that line. See the comparison, quite large, right? Now let's go ahead and put JADA Toys. There he is, Guile. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put Ryu in the mix. Right, see him there? Let's go ahead and scoot him over just a little bit so we can see him. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put Ken in from the Storm Arena. All right, there goes Ken from Storm Arena, which scales very well. So if you're looking at the scale here, it looks really good with JADA Toys and Storm Arena. Those fit well, but as you can see, Storm Collectibles original line, which is Blanca, it does not fit. He's too big. So, but you get the idea. Okay. So let's take a look at the appearance of the character. All right, here we are. We'll start with the head. You can see that the features are pretty good. There's nothing really bad on it. You do see the facial structures. Looking at the eyes, nose, and mouth, that sculpt is good, and the paint on it is good. The eyebrows and the eyes, they look good. I don't see any runoff paint. It's not bad there. Looking at the mold of the hair, and then you're looking at that touch. You're seeing a brownish and then kind of a light browner color there. Decent. And then you're going to have PVC plastic for the hair. We like that with the little gold tie at the bottom. Looking at the backside, you can see the purple. That's coming from that tattoo of that snake. And he also has it on bicep. Go around to the chest. You can see it there, right? It also wraps around to his lower waist as well. But he's known for these gauntlets. One on the biceps, two on the wrist. Okay, his iconic claw with his glove, right? And also this belt here, I don't know what you call it. I don't think it's called a belt, but whatever this is, it has wiring in it. So that's pretty decent as well. You do have wiring for that, like that. And then he's got his iconic purple and yellow legs. You can see that on the sides there. The paint is done pretty well. It's not bad. I don't think that can be scuffed real easy, but it looks good. And then you see his iconic attire with the white with the white going all the way up to his shin, right? Top of the, I guess, top of the calf there as well. Yep, there you go. And then the iconic dress shoes, right? The brown dress shoes. We know about those. And so the figure itself, it's pretty basic, but it does look good. Especially with all the accessories we're about to look at. It's not bad at all. Okay, and that'll do it for the appearance. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessories. You see the figure there. The figure itself has the claw and then the punch hand, right? So that's on the figure. So we don't count that as accessories because it's already on the figure. We count the loose count, right? The piece count. That's loose. So here we are. We'll start with the extra head sculpt. Very nice. You do have an extra mask that can be held in the hand, like taking it off. You do have an extra claw that sits on top of the hand. That's supposed to be the claw that you could knock off in the game, if you remember that. You do get an extra pair of hands. One hand is regular, one hand is gloved, of course. And then you do get the claw effect, which is a translucent plastic piece that looks like it's swiping, right? When you do those translucent pieces, it's like he's swiping the claw, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the claw effect first. Let's look at the effect first and see how well they did that. So the claw effect, here you go. There you are, claw effect. Not too great on that. You can barely see it. This should be maybe a different color than that, but this is what you have. And then you have these holes on the back end here. If you can see that, see those little holes here? It's so translucent white you can barely see it. There they are, right there, right there. Okay, you stick the claws inside there and it fits snug, and there you have it. Translucent plastic, nothing new to us. Seen this many, many times before, right? Of course we have. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, next up will be the extra head portrait, which I do like. Very nice, very done very well, just like the head sculpt there. Here it is. There you go, the head portrait there, looking good. Okay, there it is. You have the eyes coming that are snug inside, which is a good thing. Let me put some light into that. Check that out. See that? Right in the eyes there. So I like that. And the hair is molded just fine. You do have that brown and kind of lighter brown, and you do have the tie there. Pretty cool. And of course, this flows all the way, and this is PVC plastic, and it also moves a little bit. That's pretty cool. But there is your extra head portrait, and he does have that logo on the side of his mask there, right? Love the eyes inside. Good job. Okay, let's take a look at the mask that can be held in the hand. There you go. You cannot put this on him. This has to be, that's got to be on his hand. He's got to just hold it. You can't put this on his face. You might be able to put on another figure, but it's not going on him at all. Too small. But there you get the idea. He takes his mask off and he just holds it in his hand, right? That's it. Same mask, same concept. There you go. All right. Next up, we'll go with the hands. As you can see the hands there, they're just basic hands. Claw looks to them. No punch hands, but here we are. There goes the first one. That's your claw look. Got that. Something's wrong. My camera's not going clear here. There we go. Claw. Ugly, but it'll work, right? And you do have your latch system there that pegs in. Next up will be the claw with the glove on it. Yep. There you go. Right. Here we are. Good paint. Decent. If you get closer, it's okay. It's not that great, but it'll work, right? And there you go with your latches and your peg system. Okay. And that will have to do it for the accessories. I'll say the accessories okay. It's basic JADA, right? Nothing really wild about that. But that'll do it. Okay. Okay, so let's step into it. That POA, points of articulation. We'll go with the head first. We know that the head is interchangeable, so it's going to be great on the head movements. You do have your rotations. It's not going to be limited by the hair because the hair is PVC plastic. So fine there, right? We're good. Nothing wrong with the head movements, right? Tilts are there. Okay, so you do have play in the shoulder. You're looking at the system that has the latch And of course, it'll be in a ball and socket, so that's not going to be an issue. You rotate. You do have a bicep swivel, so rotating hand, the shoulders are there, and you can rotate the bicep swivel. You can do multiple things, right? Nice. And looking at the double jointed arms here, that's going to work just fine. There we go. And it's going to be the same on both sides, right? The hands do rotate. They are interchangeable, so they do rotate. Not an issue, and they have latches of their own. In the middle part of the figure, you do have rotations in the lower waist here, and you do have rotations in the lower sternum. Just barely, but a little bit of play there, just enough. And of course, the wrapping, his belt, it does have wire in it, which is pretty cool. I think that's a nice fit, nice thing for the wire. You do have dumbbell joints in the thighs. Thigh swivels are there, and you do have double jointed knees, right? Okay, looking at the rotations by the top of the ankle, you do have that. And in the feet, they sit on rockers, and they have latches of their own. So the articulation is very basic. That's JADA. They don't really do nothing too wow, but they do it good enough. It's good enough. Okay, all right, so there you have it, and that'll do it for the POA. For the pros and cons, I really don't have any cons. Not at all. I don't have any. I can't think of any cons. So the pros is that the figure does look good. It comes with enough accessories. I mean, everybody can use more, but what it comes with is really good, because the extra head sculpt in the mask and be able to hold the mask in different hands, that's pretty good. So for me, the articulation is just basic JADA toys, so it's not out this world. We know what that's like, and it's decent enough to do a lot of poses. And the nice wired belt, that's really good, and the paint looks good. It's not run off, it's painted on very good. It didn't look rushed. So for me, a 5 out of 5. Guys, let me know what your stars are. And you guessed it, you can get it at BigBadToyStore.com. Just check out BigBadToyStore.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational, or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.